Okay guys, let's talk. VidCon was great. I was able to meet and hang out with tons of people I had met through YouTube this year for the first time in real life, as well as a bunch of people who watched my videos. And we were able to hug and dance and have interesting discussions and stuff. But VidCon also got me thinking, which is something I do entirely too much of. VidCon made me realize the structure of this community we've formed on YouTube. I'll admit I was a little bit disappointed, but not completely surprised. And before I start talking, please don't think this is a video in which I complain about stuff. Because there's nothing in this world that annoys me more than videos in which people complain about things and do nothing to fix it. So in a sense, this video is two parts. Part one, the problem, and part two, the solution. The structure of how this YouTube community functions isn't something we can deny. It's there, and it's there because it works. The structure being this. YouTube is essentially divided into two different groups, the watchers and the makers. There are varying levels in each group, but for the sake of this video, we're gonna stick to these two stereotypes. The makers are those who make videos, simple enough. But the makers I'm targeting with this are those who have a semi-decent sized fan base. And the watchers are those who've never made a video for some reason or another. They can range from very active commenters or those who just sit and watch. Watchers can be, but are not always, fangirls. Meaning they obsess over the makers based on what the makers choose to put in their videos. Because we all know that the person in the video isn't the whole person. Between these two groups, a distinct line has been put up. But I never really considered myself on either side of it. I just liked making YouTube videos and people started to like watching them. It wasn't until VidCon this year that I noticed my place. Last year at VidCon, I made videos, but I was a watcher for the most part. I didn't know anyone else from YouTube except for the friends I had made that weekend. I did spend the majority of that weekend talking to bigger YouTubers that I enjoyed watching. I got recognized twice and I mean that was it. This year on the other hand, I was constantly hanging out with friends I'd made during the year. And not to sound like a douche at all, I was recognized quite a few times. I even signed stuff and people asked me to take pictures with them. Now this was so cool. Nothing like that had ever happened to me before. But I did notice one thing. Some people were suddenly nervous to talk to me. I was being fangirled. And all of a sudden I was being pushed over the line onto the makers side. The makers are put on a pedestal because we put them there. All of a sudden they seem inaccessible and that's what makes us so nervous to talk to them. We fangirl them based on what we see from them because we think we should. Now please don't think I'm saying it's anyone's fault because it's not. That's just how it is. But there is something we can do about it. I want to bring this YouTube community back together. But it's going to take a lot of small steps from both sides. Watchers, don't be afraid to talk to the makers. Just don't be creepy about it. Start by commenting on the content of the videos. Make conversations, don't just compliment. Make videos. It doesn't have to be on a regular basis, just start by making a video response. And don't make excuses like you're too awkward to film yourself. We're all awkward. I get nervous around people I idolize. I make bad jokes and somehow find it socially acceptable to dance. Do not ask me why. Makers, don't let yourself get put up on that pedestal. We all came from the same place. Just take a second to genuinely appreciate your viewers because they're the reason you are where you are. As for both sides, encourage making friends and keep making content. I'm still trying to figure out my relationship with you guys, and over the next couple weeks, I'm gonna try and solidify it a little bit. My good friend Ali made a video in which he revealed a very big part of his life that he had never talked about on the internet before. And in doing so, he felt closer to his audience, and in return, we felt a whole lot closer to him. I'm leaving for college in a few weeks, so I'm kind of feeling a lot of emotions right now, and I don't want to be quiet about it. I want to share with you guys how I'm feeling and what I'm thinking about, and in doing that, hopefully I'll be able to reveal a different part of myself that you don't usually see in my videos. Because a part of bringing the community back together is not being afraid to be yourself and let others accept you because of it. I'm not usually one of those people who is like, if you like this video, share it with your friends. But if you like this video, share it with your friends. We're all one community, and the way to be one community is to start talking about things together. So please don't be afraid to make a video response, and don't be afraid to comment, not just on this video, but on anyone else's video. I do want to make a difference, and I'm going to need your guys' help to do it. Anyway, thank you so much for listening, and until next time, later days.